Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wilkes-Barre Police Department Watching with Ruck Up Buttercup. We're going to see if we can go in here, talk to a supervisor right quick about two interactions that I had with cops last week about my right to record in public. So let's go ahead and head inside. Thanks. Is there anybody? Hello. Yeah, not you in particular, no. Yep. Just need to speak with an officer, that's all.
What can I do for you?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
May I get your name and badge number real quick?
Officer Whitejack, 713.
Awesome, perfect. Is there a supervisor that I may be able to speak with?
Yeah, what do you need?
I just need to talk to him about an interaction that I had with two officers on Friday.
Okay, and they were with Wilkes-Barre City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I just have your first name? Just to give it to my supervisor so he knows who he's talking to.
Can I give you, all right, I'll give you my first name, but that's the only information that I'll give you. It's Nick.
Nick?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank
me
you.
1 second, Nick.
Sure, thank you. Little cool police lobby. Oh, cool. They have end of watch, guys. That's awesome. Those are cool. Those little remembrance photos and such. That's pretty cool. Oh, a whole bunch of different police badges from all over the country. That's pretty awesome. Those are really cool. Those are cool too. Nice. You mind identifying yourself, sir?
Yeah, Lieutenant Torger.
Okay, perfect. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
I don't want to necessarily catch him on audio. Yeah, can we go in here? Yeah. Just because I know I'm not supposed to. So, thank you, sir.
She said something happened Friday?
Yeah. So, Friday morning, around 9:00, I was in the town hall, and I was just having a conversation. I wasn't even in recording people in particular, just walking around, getting pictures and video of architecture and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I did have a conversation with Mr. McCormick. He was very rude, very inconsiderate, basically threatened to have me removed from the public building. Mm-hmm. And then I came outside about 5 or 10 minutes later, and I had an interaction with Officers Zarek and Cole.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want them to be in trouble, right? I just want them to understand that recording audio and visually is a constitutional right under the First Amendment, and I have the right to do so, especially with public officials in the course of their duty. Mm-hmm. Officer Cole did try to get my driver's license to ID me, which I refused because I didn't do anything illegal. Mm-hmm. And Officer Zarek did try to walk behind me to try to intimidate me. Like I said, I don't want either of them to get into trouble, none of that jazz.
Yeah.
I just would like for them to have, a little bit more refresher training, that sort of thing.
I can tell you, I'm actually, I'm kind of familiar with that when it happened, and probably the reason that they tried to stop and talk to you initially is because they didn't know what was going on yet. We received a call from over there about it. Once it was relayed to them that you didn't do anything illegal and there's no reason, then then that's when they backed off.
That's
so,
what I.
so there was a little bit of a delay there. Typically, what happens if like we get a call for a suspicious person or something like that, they'll go up and try to identify you first. So that's all that was. There was a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm familiar with the incident.
Okay, perfect. You know, like I said, I wasn't doing anything illegal. If I was, I wouldn't be dumb enough to record it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a part of that
That's
young
all.
generation.
It's just, it throws people off a little bit when they're working.
Absolutely.
Someone starts recording them. We're used to it.
Yeah.
They're not used to it over there.
They should, there's cameras in there all the time.
I know they're public employees, but some of them just don't, they're not in that realm of things. They're not
absolutely.
used to it,
Absolutely. I mean, the best part about it is I didn't even go into any offices, and I that's not true. I went into one office to ask where Mike Susser's office was because I was conducting personal business. But other than that, didn't go in any offices. I didn't even interact with anyone who wasn't, a public official. So
and these two officers, I already talked to them. They are aware. They're up to speed on that stuff.
Okay,
it's
perfect.
just like I said, there was a delay. We weren't really sure what was happening yet. And I even relayed to him on the radio that hey, he didn't do anything illegal. So if he doesn't want to talk to you, then
love it. I love.
Leave it at that. So.
I love to hear. I'm an 8-year Army vet myself. So I've only recently in the last 8 years started really understanding the Constitution and what each Bill of Rights means and all the amendments mean. So
and we have a duty to protect people's rights.
Exactly,
So.
and I love to hear that. That means that you have a very good culture here. You guys.
We try. And sometimes things fall through the cracks. It all depends because our job can be chaotic. We're responding to emergencies and we're trying. We're trying to figure out what's going on and
trust me. In the moment, I understand, but guy with a camera,
it's a
not
tough balance.
The bigger deal.
But they're well aware.
Okay,
of it,
perfect.
So, do you want to make any kind of formal complaint?
No,
or anything,
just wanted to make sure that Officer Cole and Officer Zarek were understanding of.
Sure.
Of
no, absolutely they are. And
okay.
like I said, it was just a delay in how that came in.
Perfect.
So once they were told that, they knew to just let it go. So.
Okay, perfect. And like I said, I love to hear. That gives me confidence that where I live, the officers at least
good
abide by the Constitution and laws.
You live in the city?
I do.
All right.
Because I've lived in other places where officers don't necessarily live by the Constitution or protect it. When I was stationed in Texas,
keeps everybody honest. So.
Well, you hope anyway.
They should, they should. Everybody makes mistakes.
Oh yeah.
And especially, like I said, how dynamic this job is and how things change in a split second.
Oh yeah.
You can't always do things perfectly. We try.
I mean,
we try to.
No one's perfect.
Right.
Nobody's perfect. But I love that the culture here is.
If somebody does something wrong, they're held accountable.
That's good.
So it's.
I do have one other question though.
Sure.
Did anyone go inside to the town hall and have a conversation with anybody that works there that what I was doing was not illegal? Because like I said, Mr. McCormick was very rude and inconsiderate.
There may have been a conversation. I'm not sure who. It might have been one of the administrators here. I don't know.
Because I went up there earlier because I wanted to talk to Mayor Brown just to have a conversation with him. Maybe you could let Mr. McCormick know, hey, what this guy was doing was not illegal.
Yeah.
You can't have him removed from a public building. And he was, again, very rude this morning to me. I just said, hey, how you doing? Just the guy I was looking for. I was very straightforward with him.
Yeah, Mayor Brown's his boss.
Exactly.
I assume that's the hierarchy over there. So yeah.
And listen, I'm not here to get.
Mayor Brown's a good guy. I mean, I think if you needed to discuss something with him and you set up a meeting, I'm sure he'd be all ears. But
absolutely. I mean, I voted for him, so I don't have an issue with him.
I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, with all the crazy things that are going on right now, he's doing a very good job.
We're no different than any other city either when it comes to that stuff. So.
Oh, I didn't even mean just locally. I meant all over the place. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, no, I appreciate your time, LT.
No problem at all.
And thank you again for upholding the Constitution. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. If you need anything, just give us a shout.
Absolutely, will do. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you. I'll get the door for you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely.
Take care.
You as well. Thank you. There we have it, guys. There we have it. No issues whatsoever talking to that LT. He said that he did have a conversation with Officer Zarek and Officer Cole about their how they responded to that call on Friday the 25th. very happy to hear that. You know, maybe next time they'll go and they'll talk to the person who called the police before coming and talking to a constituent. But we shall see. And this is Wilkes-Barre Police Department. Now, I will attempt to go back into City Hall today, see if we can have a quick chat with Mayor Brown, who is Mr. McCormick's boss. Now, I can't say for certain we'll be able to have that conversation because it does look like Mayor Brown is not in at the moment. Maybe we can set up an appointment to have a conversation with him. Maybe we can try and, you know, just have a quick chit chat with Mr. McCormick, so that way he can understand that what I was doing was completely within my right to do so. And like LT had said, maybe someone had a conversation with him. I don't necessarily know yet, but we shall see. Catch you on the flip side.